So the things that we do for WCS apparently includes going out looking like this and like this. Yes.
Copy.
We are heading to Sway Gallery here in Stockholm, where we are currently hosting a little World Cosplay Summit Team Sweden exhibition with at least one piece from every single team who has ever entered World Cosplay Summit from Sweden. So we're going to take you with us there and show you what we have on display.
And talk WCS.
Yeah, because we love it a lot and we care a lot about the event. But first, we're gonna go and get what?
Coffee!
Go get coffee. Everybody, my name is Olivia.
And I'm Mia.
And we were Team Sweden in World Cosplay Summit in 2019. And right now we are at
World Cosplay Summit Team Sweden and exhibition in Sway Gallery
in Stockholm, Sweden. So this is an exhibition of pieces or pictures of all of the previous Team Swedens starting 2014, 15? 15. So yeah, we're gonna walk you through it and show you all the good stuff. We have our little intro wall here with some texts for people who might not know what World Cosplay Summit is. There are some pictures from the catwalk. We have our first team for 2015, 16, 17. Yeah, no, they were 18. But yeah, it's the previous teams.
Previous teams.
All good friends.
We have some stage photos of all the teams we've sent. We're here. Olivia's dead.
I'm dead. I am on the floor.
Team Sweden, as you can clearly see.
Deceased. So here is the exhibition room. It's a pretty special exhibition space because you can get really close to all of the costumes, and it's still small enough that you can make sure that people don't touch things with their sticky fingers. Here's just some pictures from the Osu Parade. Right there. And here we have a lovely text that says, "Love connects the world," because doesn't it? Love and the internet connects the world.
Yeah. So first off, we have the first team that we sent in 2015. We have a costume here is Impa from Highly Warriors, and we even have the weapons hung up here, which is super duper cool. And again, I am impressed that this costume has even survived for so long, because it's now 2020.
This is our observation, because usually when you when a country is new to the World Cosplay Summit, they get to send an observer nation. I don't think it's always like that, but
It was for a couple of years. It was when Sweden joined.
yeah.
Unfortunately for us. To clarify, we got to partake in the last 3 days of the event, and we did the skit on a different stage outside in 43-degree heat.
Moving on then to 2016, we have one of the costumes, which is Zelda, obviously, a World Cosplay Summit classic, I dare say. They actually qualified with a different costume and they made new costumes for the finals, which is good job. And on the walls we have reference pictures so that people can also compare the costume to the original work.
Jumping on to 2017. This is actually the first Swedish qualifier I saw. So it's pretty fun to see these costumes again, because the last time I saw them was when they qualified for World Cosplay Summit in then 2016.
When they kicked our butts.
Not my butt, your
No,
butt.
they kicked my butt.
This is from Odin Sphere, so we have the velvet.
The velvet,
The velvet.
the velvet costume of the character Velvet.
Yeah. And we also have Gretelin.
Yes.
We don't have the complete costume because it's rather...
It's a unit.
It's a unit, and it's not in Stockholm, it's a little further north, so we just have the armor pieces here to give an idea of the entire costume and how they looked together. The Gwendolyn had robotics in her wings, so they could open on stage. It was really, really cool.
Animatronics.
Yes. Then they had to pass through customs in China, because layovers in China are always fun. And there, the Chinese customs did not like the, I think it was the core, like electric.
It had wires.
Yeah,
they
the wire.
opened, like they
And there
opened
was a battery
Yeah,
in
the
the
battery
costume.
was nasty battery.
So instead of taking out the battery, they cut all the wires, because that's much more efficient.
Yeah, so I think they actually had to go and find like a soldering iron to get it working, I'm pretty sure. So, good job!
Like you guys, they were the first up for costume judging their year, so they had very little time to try to repair things.
Good lord. But yeah, moving on to
Beautiful year.
the team before us, 2018, which was a year of Guilty Gear. And these are such cool costumes, I'm so excited about these. I'm excited about all of the costumes, but these are really cool. So it's Jacka Valentine and Biken, and these are full costumes from the full team, including their props. I know that before they went on stage, I think this was during rehearsals, this sword here, it actually came loose, like the blade came loose from the hilt during their rehearsals. Which is always fun! So I know that they had to like emergency, I don't know if they actually taped it for the actual stage, but they made it through. It's really, we travel really far to go to World Cosplay Summit. It takes us almost 24 hours to get from Sweden to there. We usually have 2 or maybe sometimes even 3 layovers depending. It's getting better, but it used to be really hard to get to Japan. It's really hard to get your costumes there in one piece. It really is. And then
Especially if you have long things, like...
Yeah, because you usually can't stick them in a suitcase. We actually tailored our props so that they would fit into a suitcase because we were scared. Learn from those before you. Yeah. Moving on, we have our costumes! So this is the most recent Team Sweden, which is us. So this is mine.
And this is mine.
Yeah. And these
are our swords.
These are
That
our
fits in our suitcase.
Yeah, they do. They do indeed. So they're probably not 100% scale accurate, but they fit.
No, actually they are. I looked it up online.
Wonderful.
There is a margin for this type of sword, and they're in it.
These are your babies. This is your favorite franchise.
Yeah, these are from Rosetta Sai. This is Lady Oscar and her boyfriend Andre.
Andre? Oh, where's Andre? He's here. He's there.
No, and they're very, very special, near and dear to me because I love the story and I love the design and I just love all the memories that we have in these.
And it's also funny how we were representing Sweden, but we were basically the French flag, and we waved a French flag on the stage. So.
I mean, if people were confused, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of comments in the chat where people were like, what? What am I watching? But yeah, it was great fun. And we have, for most of the teams, we have gotten permission from some lovely photographers to actually print and sell these beautiful prints. Which are, of course, all for the Kickstarter. So our print is taken here in a beautiful park in Sweden. Fun fact, Mia is posing in front of me because I forgot to put the buttons on my vest for this photo shoot.
Yeah.
Because I was absolutely delirious from making 5 costumes.
Yeah, for this, and if you have an anecdote that we're not going to cover otherwise later on in this video, we had, my jacket is almost as it were when we qualified.
Yeah.
But Olivia was not satisfied with her jacket, but we tried to save it. We tried to save it, and we did, and we reworked it, and we tailored it again, and it did not work. So this is actually a brand new jacket that we made in 3-4 days because that was the time we had to make it. And
my vest and my blouse are the only surviving pieces of Andre. My shoes as well.
Yeah.
Because I actually couldn't move enough in my original jacket, because when we qualified we did a humor skit, and then for the finals in Japan we changed it to a much more dramatic skit where I needed to be able to like pull my sword really dramatically, and I just it's not great when your arm doesn't go higher than this. It just doesn't get, you don't get the same oomph. So yeah, he's brand new. Next in turn, we have the babies.
the babies, hopefully team 21.
Yeah, they qualified for 2020, so they would have been going this year.
They would be there, right? No, they will come home now.
Yeah, they would have been home now if.
Depending on how much extra time they take and everything. But
Yeah, so they qualified cosplaying from Near Gestalt, I think you say, as Kaini, and Emil. That just works so much better in Swedish. We don't have their costumes on display because they were actually in the process of taking them apart and making improvements to them when
we decided to do all of this.
When COVID struck, so we don't have the costumes here, but they are working on them and perfecting them, hopefully for 2021, which is why we are asking for everyone's help to try and keep this event alive so that these little cuties can get to go.
Poor little baby.
My first memory of World Cosplay Summit was when we got the qualifier to, no, actually before we got the qualifier to Sweden, because we hadn't had that many international competitions. Sweden really wasn't big on competitive cosplay until maybe really 2014, 15, and even then it wasn't that big for us because we're a small community and yada yada yada. But yeah, so I think I learned about it maybe 2013 or something because I knew it was a huge deal, and our neighboring country, Denmark, also had the qualifier, so I saw some people that I knew that were competing and qualifying for it. So I just knew it was a huge deal, and it was in Japan, and back then all of the performances had to be in Japanese. Yeah, which I also happen to speak, so that was interesting for me, and it was fun to see a lot of people really doing their best. And then we got it here, and I don't think any of us really realized how huge an event it really is. But I had a lot of friends who entered the qualifier, and then when I followed our first team, our Observer Nation, was when I really was like, oh my gosh, this is a huge deal. This looks like a lot of fun.
My first memory of the World Cosplay Summit was, I think, about 10 years ago, when I saw, I'm quite sure it was the first Danish team to qualify, and I have been cosplaying for 2-3 years, just basically attending one event, not really knowing too much about crafting or anything. But I saw these amazing people, and right then and there I thought, this looks so cool. I really want to do it, but I'm never going to be able to do it because they're just so talented. So it had actually, from pretty early in my cosplay career, unpaid job career, it has actually been quite a big dream, and I kept on telling myself, like, no, you shouldn't dream of this because you're never going to be good enough to do it. And then when I moved here to Sweden, I don't know, just something clicked, and I tried out, and then it happened.
It took me 3 tries. No, 4 tries, and you 2, if you're including the 1 try where we actually got in. My favorite memory of World Cosplay Summit the year we went was definitely when we qualified for the finale, I think. There's a lot of like lovely memories of like meeting people and having a great time and making connections, but really it was really great to that was our goal, because again, we're from a really small country, our community is very small. For us, we really just wanted to make it into the finale, because 2019 was one of I think the biggest year for World Cosplay Summit. If you're looking at participants, it was 40 countries. So it was very big when we were there, and then of course they had to have the semi-finale and the finale system, or it would just have been too long.
It's a very long show.
It's a very long show.
Eurovision coming for you.
Yes. That was our goal. We were like, we would really, really love to make it into the finale. So hearing Sweden.
Team Sweden!
Yeah.
Sweden, congratulations! 残り2チーム、2 more teams to go.
Just hearing that and like being called as one of the teams that made it to the finale. We were the second team in our block that were called for the finale. That was really cool. Very fulfilling, very like, just very rewarding. Everything that we had worked for, yeah, that was amazing. And then probably second best memory was that Team Denmark qualified, and they are near and dear friends to us from even before World Cosplay Summit, because we're neighbors and you're from Denmark originally, so yeah. No, it's fine, you're a citizen, you're allowed. So that was really great. It was also really great that the Netherlands team qualified with us, because we were put behind them or in front of them every time we were waiting to perform or be on stage, so we got to be friends with them, which was really cool.
Queuing buddies.
Yeah, we were queuing buddies. Very Scandinavian.
My favorite memory from World Cosplay Summit is probably the brass hall party. Leading up to it, there was a lot of preparation because it was right after Mejimuda, it's an outdoors event and it's notorious for being very warm and you get very sweaty. And then we had an hour at the hotel to get ready for the brass hall, which, as the name indicates, it's quite a nice party and there will be food and drinks and
just so we went from the sweaty event to the really fancy event real fast.
Yeah, and we had an hour at the hotel and not like, okay, you get there and then the hours start and then you board the bus. It's like, no. When the bus parks, the hour starts ticking until you're supposed to be in the bus again. So it's very hectic. So we ended up doing, as soon as we got in the bus from Mejimura, we took off all our makeup and began doing our brass hall makeup on the bus, and then up taking a shower and so avoiding getting our faces wet, but just washing off all the sweats in a balgon and into the bus. And then at the party, it was just so much fun to both talk to, of course, the other contestants, but there were also a lot of alumni there, so people who has previously been in the World Cosplay Summit. So you got to just mingle and have fun in costume and take some pictures, get good food, and that I really treasured because you got to relax a little with the other contestants.
It was also
the pressure of competing and like being nervous because you're going on stage in 20 minutes.
I love being backstage though. If I hadn't chosen going to the finale as my favorite memory, I definitely would have chosen just being backstage because it really is so lovely. But also for us, when we compete, as soon as we're backstage waiting to go on stage, we're very much like, we're here now, what's gonna happen? So unless something has like fallen to pieces right before going on stage, we're pretty chill because it's just like, here we are.
We did the hard part, we qualified.
So we really enjoy backstage, hanging out with people and just chilling until it's our turn, and then you're just 100% relaxed because then you're done and there's nothing more you can do.
And of course my second favorite memory was when our name was called, because as you said, that was our goal. And again, I remember back in 10 years or something ago, and I just looked at those cool people. I was like, I will never be one of them. And then I was one of them. And that was just
really neat. World Cosplay Summit being what it is and being as big as it is and as well put together as it is definitely gives us a different kind of respect also from just the rest of the world, because cosplayers truly are amazing and we know so many things and we take it upon ourselves to learn so many things. It's really incredible when you think about it, but we definitely do not get the recognition that we deserve from the rest of the world, I dare say. So it really is important just for our status, really, both as hobbyists and happy amateurs, but also as working professionals. I think it's really important that these kind of events exist and thrive, really.
Yeah, I think it's important that the World Cosplay Summit continues on as an event held yearly, because again it shows just how much cosplayers are able to do, and even if you might not want to be on stage or perform at all, I do still think that the World Cosplay Summit is really important in communities, just because you might not want to compete, but somebody else in your community goes here, competes, and bring home inspiration of how to do things differently, a new wig styling technique, another way of constructing their costume that they can then share with their community. And that is really how we grow and earn more recognition and respect in normal society, because we are exchanging all these ideas and techniques. And if you take away World Cosplay Summit, then we're gonna lose a really big event that promotes this in a very serious way. Even if it's fun, it is also a serious event.
It is also an event and a happening that makes sharing cosplay techniques and, more than anything, cosplay performance ideas and effects, special effects and props. It's a melting pot that makes it accessible for a lot of people, because even if many things are on the internet now, you can watch a lot of things on YouTube. There's a difference between which social media we have access to in different countries, and World Cosplay Summit just makes it very accessible for us to see really cool effects being used on stage, and many of the things that are really just common practice at this point in performances. For instance, the use of red fabric as a blood effect, or exploding props, or things that fold in on themselves, and people twirling in and out of costumes. I realize that some of these
that dress twirl from Team USA some years ago.
Yeah, and sure, that might not have been the absolute first time it was used, but because it was showcased in World Cosplay Summit, many people from around the entire world could get access to these tricks and incorporate them in their own performances and bring them to their own countries. So yeah, many of the sponsors had to drop World Cosplay Summit as an event this year because of obvious reasons. So that's why they need our help. And here we have the exhibition. We've been doing a print shop. We've really been doing our utmost, but we still need help. So if you're able to, any amount is a good amount. Anything you can give, please.
Yeah, just the tiniest little show of goodwill will eventually add up to a lot. And
either it's
even just a small donation will help preserve this cultural significant event. And I really, really hope that we can lift together as a cosplay community and support this event. Even though you might not want to go to it physically, you can still enjoy the benefits that this exchange of culture and spirit
and skills
give.
Woo! This was everything from us here in Sweden. We are Team Sweden 2019. You're being weird. Thank you for watching. I hope that if you're able to, you can donate just a little bit.
And if not, just sharing the Kickstarter to some of your friends who might want to back it but just don't know about it. Also good.
Sweden, Sweden, checking out for this time. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Or not watching. Subscribe. Bye.
Bye. Ooh, 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 ooh.